Hello, hola y bienvenidos a todos. Yo soy señora Nelson y estoy aquí para ayudarles en su journey, ¿verdad? Of mastering el español. ¿Qué les parece? Bueno, if you haven't already, por favor, pongan like y subscribe para que salga el video a todos en el mundo. Quiero que todos sepan cómo navegar el español, cómo manejar ese idioma de yo. All right. If you still have a passion to learn Spanish and you really want extra tools, I do have a website, elizabethteachesspanish.com. And on that website, you can find courses. It's about a semester's worth of a Spanish class. So start with Spanish 101, Spanish 1, ¿verdad? And you can kind of crecer from there. Make sure to take each class a semester at a time. There's 10 videos, but it will take a lot of time and a lot of weeks and a lot of practice to truly master before moving on to the next one. So if that's something that interests you, go to elizabethteachesspanish.com. Also, if you're on the website, I have a ton of PDFs that are free, and it's just extra practice for all of these things that I'm talking about, especially the grammar. I want to give you some free resources. Maybe you've already learned it and you just need some extra practice, kind of a refresher to get unrusty from all of those years ago. Go ahead and go to my website and I have some free PDFs just for you. Bueno, hoy, my tip to master Spanish is another grammar tip. Now, we've talked about ser and estar, my one verb in English, to be, and it changes into two verbs in Spanish, ser y estar, ¿verdad? Today, we are going to talk about another concept that was the reason I have to take tissues to class for my students when they learned this, when they left their blissful ignorance of the past tense in Spanish and found out that there indeed is two past tenses in Spanish. Now in English, we have the past tense, right? We have the present, we have the future, and we have the past. Spanish, you have the present, you have the future, and you have the preterite past tense and the imperfect past tense. And for the sake of your blissful ignorance, we're going to stop there today, right? We'll just, allí terminamos porque no quiero que llores aquí. In English, if I want to talk in the past, I use the past tense. In Spanish, I need to be intentional about either past tense. Now, if you want to actually learn the differences, learn how to conjugate all the crazy imperfect, all of that insanity, that's going to be during a course, right? You'll have to go to elizabethteachesspanish.com. That will be in Spanish 2 or 3, where I'm teaching you intentional. Spanish 2, I'll teach you the preterite, but the intentional difference between imperfect and preterite, we will set aside for like a Spanish 3. Again, blissful ignorance es una belleza, right? Live in blissful ignorance, use just the preterite for a long time, but once you've reached that step and you really want to navigate and master the Spanish language, it's time to learn the differences, right? Today, I just want to give you a super simple way to remember them. Once again, tienes que quitar tu English brain. Get rid of your English brain. Quítalo. We're not thinking about it. All of that English, gone. Take out all of the English from your brain and put on your Spanish brain, where we're only thinking in Spanish, where we're deciphering words and situations and ideas in only Spanish, because that is how you are going to grow leaps and bounds. Now, with the preterite versus imperfect, this is how I like to think of it. Preterite is my solamente de una vez, one time. An action started and it finished. Ya. If I sang, I danced, I read, I did this activity. There's a very concrete, clear start and finish. And it could be, oh yeah, I broke my arm when I was 3. I broke my arm. Start, finish. It ended, right? Began, finished, ya, terminó. That's my preterite tense. And honestly, preterite is what you will typically use the most, only because of our discourse. Because generally we like to talk about actions that happened, right? If you're talking about el partido de fútbol, metió un gol, whatever. It's usually preterite because things are going on. However, my imperfect is used anytime it's a little vague, it's a little unclear. So tal vez this could be, ay, cuando era niña siempre íbamos a las montañas. Y yo siempre pescaba con mi tío, y mi abuela siempre nos cocinaba galletas. Always, 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 always. That's not a one-time thing, right? It's not a, oh yeah, this started, this ended. It was this always kind of this really gray area of the past, right? This would always happen anytime, or we would never do this. This would always, it wasn't a, we ate, we swam, we ran, right? It was, we were always running. We never would run. It's kind of this very obscure way of talking about the past tense. And in the same way, you'll even see them intercept. I can even say, anoche cuando estaba durmiendo, sonó mi teléfono. I was in the middle of sleeping, right? This obscure, there's no really start or finish. I was sleeping. Like you have a stage, right? You open the stage for the musical to begin, and there's already things going on. You don't really know when they started. But then the actor walks onto stage. That's my preterite, right? So when my stage curtain opens, there's things going on, right? The scenery, colors, and the people already dancing, and everyone kind of already singing and doing their stuff. Al saber cuando empezó, right? It's just been going. There's no clear start. That's kind of my preterite. If you are telling someone a story, but something was going on and was interrupted, if it was going on, that's pretty obscure, right? And even honestly, think in your brain, if you're using the progressive tense, which I hope you learned from ElizabethTeachesSpanish.com, ¿verdad? If you're using the progressive tense, it's probably going to be imperfect. But if you're using, I'm going to sneak a little English in here, the equivalent of like a ED, past tense, I jumped, right? Just boom, start, finish. Or even, this was going on when he interrupted me. Preterite. Imperfect. This was happening when, boom, this happened. So, preterite, boom, it happened. We went on vacation to the Bahamas. They broke my toy, whatever. Imperfect, we would always go on a run, and we never went to the movie theaters. And I was in the middle of cooking when a fire started. Al saber. Fire started. I was in the middle of cooking. So, obscure, vague, gray area, imperfect. Black and white, start, finish, preterite. I hope this helped. If it's still a little shaky, once again, I have free PDFs waiting for you at ElizabethTeachesSpanish.com. I would love to give you the tools to really master the difference between these two. And again, if you want to learn all the ins and outs, even the verb ser in the preterite and imperfect and all the craziness of that, obviously you are more than welcome to check out my courses at ElizabethTeachesSpanish.com. I hope you have an awesome day. Otra vez, díganme any questions, comentarios, dudas, lo que sea, que me escriban, que me digan cómo mejorar. I'm here to serve you. Estoy aquí para servirles. Que tengan un buen día. Have a great day.